The Rams can make at least one more sneaky good move this offseason. We are discussing a potential veteran player they can add to their defense. We're also talking about Sean McVay and some old school ways of coaching that he still implements with the team. All on today's episode of the Rams Digest. I'm your host, Joshua Hito. And remember, if you guys want to subscribe to the channel, do me a favor. Press that subscribe button now, as roughly 66.3% of you guys are watching the videos, but you're still not subscribed to the channel. Look, if you're already watching, might as well press that subscribe button so you don't miss any daily Rams content here at the Rams Digest. I want to give a shout out to Joshua Feinhersh. Hope you all had a happy and fun and safe 4th of July. Shout out to Josh for posting yesterday on the busy holiday, as it's busy for all of us out there. But hope you had a good one. Hope you guys enjoyed his video. And if not, go back and make sure you guys show it some love. But on today's episode, we are moving on and discussing lingering issues with the Rams and how the Rams can actually sneakily fix these issues still. Now, I get it. Some people may not really feel like the Rams are going to make a move anytime soon. I'm feeling that as well. It feels like the Rams maybe aren't interested in anyone who's out there still for them to add to their roster, but I think there are still some obvious lingering issues with the team. Here's a Super Bowl champion here sending a clear message as Rams face these lingering issues. We'll talk about who said what in just a second, but ultimately, aside from just linebacker, which again, Chris Paul Jr. and Nate Landman and Omar Spates, those are probably your top 3 inside linebackers this upcoming season. I apologize if I'm lagging all over the place. Hopefully it dies down soon. But those are probably your top 3 linebackers this upcoming season. And you're hoping all 3 of those guys, or at least 2 of those guys, can pan out. But ultimately, when you're going into a season like this, you want to win a Super Bowl. The Rams do have a Super Bowl window open, but it does feel like it is a smaller window than most teams out there. When you're talking about your quarterback being the age he is, when you're talking about, in general, of aging receivers, talent in general. Sean McVay a couple years ago was talking about retiring. All that good stuff definitely plays a role as to how long the Rams can potentially win and how much time they have to try to win. And so we're talking about potentially adding a player like Stephon Gilmore to this defense because, hey, we do have those lingering issues at the linebacker position, on the offensive line potentially, but also at the cornerback position. So here's Stephon Gilmore talking about his free agency current situation. He says, I want to play this year. It's just got to be the right situation. You know what I'm saying, so it's got to be the right situation for me. So I'm not just going to sign anywhere. It's got to be the right situation. I still love the game. I still can contribute, and it's just got to be the right place. I think Stephon Gilmore only wants to sign with the right team, right? That's what it kind of sounds like. And obviously I hear what he's saying, and I'm poking fun at it because it is funny. He's being repetitive with it. But hey, he doesn't want to sign just anywhere. He doesn't want to go sign with the New York Jets, who are going to be a struggling defense. He doesn't want to go be just a veteran player on a aging team or a team that's not very good, not going to succeed. He wants it to be a team where, hey, he can play a lot, he can come in, contribute, play good football, and probably contribute to a potentially Super Bowl winning team. That's the Rams, right? That's at least one of the teams out there for him. And I think that's kind of the point that we're making here is that, hey, he wants to go play with a contender. Why not come play in Los Angeles with the Rams? And we do have some recruiting going on here as former Atlanta Falcons defensive lineman Warren Herring, a host on the show with Gilmore's former New England Patriots teammate James White. They were on a podcast together. He urged Gilmore to join the Rams of all places. He says, come over to L.A., we like you in blue and gold. You did it to us once. Now get us one. You owe us one. Come on, dog. Herring told Gilmore, referring to the Patriots' Super Bowl victory over the Rams following the 2018 season. Not really everyone's most favorite years, right, as Rams fans. But ultimately, hey, you won a Super Bowl against us. Why not come and win a Super Bowl for us in Los Angeles? So apparently, Warren Herring, obviously, living in Los Angeles, seeming to be a pretty big Rams fan, wanting Stephon Gilmore to come join the Los Angeles Rams. But it all does kind of make some sense. You want the right place, Stephon Gilmore. Here is the right place. You're competing with guys who are, the Ahkello Witherspoons of the world, good players. Kobe Durant, Darius Williams are good players, but ultimately, Gilmore can potentially be better this next upcoming season. We're also talking about guys like Emmanuel Forbes and guys like Darion Kendrick coming off an injury. Those are young guys who I think the veteran could also play better than. And so Ultimately, I think Stephon Gilmore, if he wants to find the right place, there's not many other places outside of the Los Angeles Rams that really seem like the right place for him to go sign. That's how I see it. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. Maybe he comes and joins the Rams at a later date. It doesn't seem like the Rams are very interested in adding any type of talent right now at the cornerback position, at the linebacker position, at the offensive line position. But those are all three positions that I feel the Rams have lingering concerns and issues that are just kind of seem to be looming over this team's head. I don't understand why they don't want to address it. Cap space, money. I'm not an NFL GM. I feel those needs, those holes can be filled. I think you could definitely meet those needs sooner rather than later. Rams don't seem too interested. Stephon Gilmore is one of the few options still out there that could potentially help you, I think, at the cornerback position, something the Rams should probably consider. Moving on from that, more of a lighthearted story here. We're talking about knowledge is power. Some little old school kind of coaching going on from Sean McVay, which I kind of personally enjoy and like and aspire to be. For those who don't know, I am a coach myself. I coach the sport of basketball, and so I really do enjoy hearing about these anecdotes from Sean McVay. If you guys have never heard Sean McVay speak, by the way, which I know we've all heard him in press conferences and stuff, but if you've never heard Sean McVay standing up on a stage somewhere speaking, I highly encourage you to find a way to get to a place where he's doing that. I have heard him speak in person, and man, I want to run through a brick wall when I hear Sean McVay speak. I aspire to be a coach just like Sean McVay is, but read it, darn it. Here is this kind of lighthearted story. Sean McVay and Los Angeles Rams use interesting old school, quote unquote, tactic. I do say old school because maybe it shouldn't be as old school as it is, but the truth and reality as it is a bit old school. And that old school kind of style is making the players read, or at least pulling quotes from books that Sean McVay has maybe read in his life or is currently reading. So while athletes carry the oftentimes unfair reputation of lacking an appetite for the written word, the Rams are different. According to a July 2nd report by ESPN's Tim McManus, multiple Los Angeles Rams players and coaching staff members routinely crack open books. Safety Quentin Lake said that McVay and defensive backs coach Aubrey Pleasant are always referencing quotes from books. Lake claimed the example set by the coaches encouraged him. And so that's always cool to see, right? I think as a coach, personally, from my perspective, for those who have never coached before, one thing that's a difficult thing to balance, and you don't realize you're balancing that until you are coaching, is you are coaching up people how to be adults, how to be, in this situation, Sean McVay, grown men, and you're maybe teaching, if you're teaching youth sports, right? You're teaching them how to grow into young adults, right? Whether it's male, female, you're really teaching these kids to grow into responsible, respectful individuals, while also teaching them the fundamentals of a sport, but how to be good teammates, how to help your teammates out, how to deal with uncomfortable situations of, hey, my teammate is struggling with XYZ off the field, off the court, right? And those are things I think that can really help and be beneficial to athletes in general, where they kind of build that bond. If they really trust you as a person, they're going to, of course, trust you as a coach, right? And I think that's kind of an awesome kind of balance, it seems, that Sean McVay has with this locker room. And it just kind of means, hey, Sean McVay is a great coach, and we're seeing more and more examples of it every single day. Not that we need more of them already. We all kind of understand he is. But here's Quentin Lake talking about reading books, right? So he says they're always referencing a quote from a book, and I think that's amazing. That's what I would want to do when I grow up too, is just gaining all this information, but giving great lessons and quotes from books. I think that's like a super skill to me, and I highly, again, agree with Quentin Lake, what he's saying here. It's a skill to go out and read a book and memorize it and memorize the lessons and use them and apply them by teaching them to other people, even if maybe you're not the best at using them yourself, to go ahead and know what moments to say certain things, to pull quotes at what times. I think that's such an impressive skill to me, something Sean McVay seems to have mastered, and it's inspiring guys like Quentin Lake to read books and be inspired by the word of the books that they are reading. So pretty awesome, little fun, little side story to kind of hear about Sean McVay using some old school tactics to coach up this Rams team. Moving on from that, last but not least, my favorite part of the episode, where I ask a trivia question. You guys give your trivia guesses down below in the comment section. This is trivia of the day. I think this is like the 80-somethingth trivia that I've done. So I really appreciate all of you guys who have played along with previous trivia of the days in the past. If you guys have never heard of it, never seen it before, here is an example of what we asked last episode for the trivia of the day. We said, which NFL player once returned a missed field goal for 109 yard touchdown? Sorry, I can't even talk. Which NFL player once returned a missed field goal for a 109-yard touchdown? We had some multiple choice options for the folks who watched the video last episode. The multiple choice options were here. A, Devin Hester. B, Cordell Patterson. C, Antonio Cromartie. Or D, Deion Sanders. A few of you guys played along with the trivia of the day last episode. Here were your guesses down below. We had the real J. Will saying, pretty sure it's Cromartie. We had Len saying Hester. We had Mr. Jock saying Cromartie. We had Floyd saying Devin Hester. We had Big Friendly saying Cordell Patterson. We had Thomas saying Hester. And we had Brian B. saying Hester. A few Hester guesses out here. One Cordell Patterson. A couple Cromartie. The correct answer for this trivia of the day was Antonio Cromartie. It was C. And here's a fun fact here. Cromartie's 109-yard return in 2007 is tied for the longest play in NFL history. So shout out to Antonio Cromartie. Shout out to all of you guys for guessing Antonio Cromartie. I appreciate you guys for playing along. Even if you got the trivia of the day incorrect, I appreciate all of you guys. But shout out to the real J. Will. You're back on your hot streak. We're going to have you getting these right consistently moving forward. Shout out to Thomas, no. Brian, no. Well, who else said Cromartie? Oh, Mr. Jock. I'm sorry. No, I missed you, Mr. Jock. So, the real J. Will, Mr. Jock, I appreciate you guys for getting the trivia of the day correct. Shout out to you both. Congratulations. Everybody else, I still appreciate you guys for playing along. Again, whether you get it right or wrong on my trivia of the day, I give you a shout out on the next episode that I'm on, regardless of what your response is. If you want to play along with today's trivia of the day, well, play along right now with this question here. Who was the Rams starting quarterback in their final game before moving back to Los Angeles in 2016? Kind of an interesting one. Is going to go back into your memory banks here, see if you guys can pull this name. Who was the Rams starting quarterback in their final game before moving back to Los Angeles in 2016? I'll help you out, give you some multiple choice guesses. You don't got to pull it from your memory bank. But was it A, Case Keenum? Was it B, Nick Foles? Was it C, Jared Goff? Or was it D, Sam Bradford? Give your guesses down below in the comment section. Again, whether you get it right or whether you get it wrong, we give you a shout out on the next episode. Was it A, Case Keenum? Was it B, Nick Foles? Was it C, Jared Goff? Or was it D, Sam Bradford? Give your guesses down below in the comment section, and we'll give you a shout out on the next episode. No matter what you guess, we'll give you a shout out. Other than that, that's going to do it for me on today's episode of the Rams Digest. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you're still here now, make sure you do me a favor. Press that subscribe button if you haven't already. Really appreciate you guys helping us out and growing this channel to greater and greater things. Overall, that's going to do it for me. I'm your host, Joshua Giron, and I am out.